Yeah. Namaste. Hello, everyone. A very happy morning to one and all present here. So, I'm Gauri, teacher trainer at VKGI Learning Center, Vijay Kiran Group of Institutions. First of all, I would like to thank the management of Hello Kids for inviting me as a guest speaker. I would also like to congratulate and appreciate the young parents for being a part of this session. And of course, a salute to all the parents who are managing and maintaining the work life balance, spending their valuable time with the kids during these challenging times. Today, we are here to know about. Let me just start sharing my screen. So, today we are going to know more about early childhood care and education. Why ECCE is needed, why is it required, and what is it, why, what, how. How can this be implemented, and what is our role as parents and educators? So, I would like to start off with this. So, the top priority of parents, as we all know, spending quality time and giving attention to our child's education. So, when parents create that atmosphere of learning and collaborate with the educators, the entire educational system benefits for all of us. So we know that the new National Education Policy 2020 focuses on the education system that contributes to an equitable and vibrant knowledge society by providing quality education to all. Its implementation is to be carried out jointly by the Ministries of HRD, Human Resource Development, and WCD, Women and Child Development, HFW, and Health and Family Welfare, and Tribal Affairs. The NEP focuses on conceptual understanding. So, in this session, we will start off knowing a little bit about that the new national education policy and about the ECCE, the significance of early years, the principles of child development, and of and I will also give you some ideas and thoughts how to engage the children at home. So, the new national education policy focuses on conceptual understanding, identifying unique capabilities, enhancing critical thinking, use of technology, inclusive education, and community participation. Previously, the pedagogical structure was 10 plus 2, as we all know, grade 1 to 10 and 2 years of higher secondary school. Now, if we see, it is 5 plus 3 plus 3 plus 4. The first 5 years foundational stage includes the pre-primary age group with ECCE curriculum and grade 1 and 2. These 5 years come under foundational stage. And the later stages we can see on the slide, the preparatory stage, the middle stage, and the secondary stage. So the foundational stage is very, very important and crucial for the children. Now coming to ECCE, Early Childhood Care and Education. This includes all aspects of care, health, nutrition, play, and early learning, which will help the students develop better literacy and numeracy skills. Early childhood education is the learning in the formative years. The students will be observed based on the learning outcomes. So, the aim of early childhood care and education, if we see, the development of the child, it focuses on the holistic development, full potential. And what is early childhood care and education? This is the early childhood period starts from the conception to age 8, and it is a gradual and smooth transition from pre-primary to primary education, and the focus is given on health and nutritional needs, and care and nurturing is a very important part. and addressing the psychosocial and emotional needs also is very, very important. And at this level, learning is a process of acquiring knowledge, skills, habits, attitudes, etc. And this is the period to prepare the young children for the formal education system. If we talk about the broad objectives of the ACCE program, the holistic development of the child is the one of the goals, like where the children are given education through age appropriate activities, the activities that are play based and flexible, they learn at their own pace, and we give them the experiential learning through an integrated approach to become an all rounder. This is the age for preparation for schooling. And ECCE program also aims on the skill training, microfinance support for women self-help groups like that, and crushes at work, workplace, Anganwadis, and so. When we see the early years, it plays early childhood education is a plays a very important role in every child's life. It is the time to begin preparing the children for challenges and demands for future. At these early years, the young minds are curious to know and explore the world around them. They are excited to learn through experiences with parents, teachers, and friends. The early childhood care and education also imparts the 21st century skills in every little mind. It prepares the children for formal schooling. During these years, there is a pattern in their growth and development, which we are going to see in the upcoming slides. As we all know that pre-primary education is the foundation for any child to grow and learn. This is the age where they develop their fine motor, gross motor skills, and cognitive development happens, socio-emotional skills, the language skills. All skills are developed for a child under the care of a pre-primary teacher in collaboration with a parent. Now, when we see why the early years are important, so the significance of the early years, the first 6 years of human life are critical since the rate of the brain development is rapid. 90% of the child's brain is developed before the age of 5. So the global brain research also informs that the significance of brain development, and it also indicates that development of brain is influenced not only by health, nutrition, and quality of the care, but also the quality of psychosocial environment around the child, the how the child is exposed to the in these during these early years. A psychosocially deficit environment, if the child is experiencing any negative experiences around his or her surroundings, it can lead to negative consequences for a child's development, which can be irreversible. Now, if we see the principles of child development, we can understand the growth and development of a child. It builds confidence in our parent abilities, and also there will be a better understanding of a teacher's role. So, learning is continuous and cumulative, and each child is different. The interaction by the teachers, by the parents, and the adults who are talking to the children should be responsive and supportive. When the children grow in a positive environment, it will definitely give the later outcomes, successful later outcomes. And if we see the neuroscientific evidence also proves that early learning matters a lot for their later years of education and when they go out of the school also. So the foundational stage is very, very important. Play and activity based learning is very important at this age level. So children learn by constructing knowledge through challenges, repetition. So if you see, I think you will also agree, if anybody asks to sing a rhyme For example, say twinkle twinkle little star. So we will easily remember that and do it, because at this early years level, repetition is a strategy used for the children to remember. So this and also the development and use of the material, the learning material, we should not always focus on the writing, whether the child is able to write the alphabet. That comes later part. The more focus should be on the areas of development and the growth and the development of the child. So the family involvement also is very very important, which contributes to a child's learning. And as mentioned, growth and development. So this is actually a very vast subject. If we see in a simple way, we'll just quickly go through the difference between growth and development. The growth refers to the physical changes in a if we consider size, height, weight, and shoe size, length of arms, like that. When we come to development, development refers to the continuous progression where the child gains the knowledge, skills, attitude, and behavioral attributes. If we see the stages of growth and development, when we see at infancy, the actual growth, we say that cephalocaudal growth, proxima distal growth. So there are certain patterns of growth of a child, and these are, if we see the stages of growth and development, these are the stages: infancy, toddler, the preschool age, the school age, adolescence age, adulthood, middle age, old age. And when we come to types of growth and development, like under growth, most of us might be knowing about the physical growth, which we have already mentioned that it is measurable. And there is a growth called physiological growth. So physiological growth also is measurable, like pulse rate, like bladder control, like that. So when we come to development part, we can do through observation and assessing the children differently and understanding the child whether they are developed in these areas, like motor development, gross motor and fine motor development, and language skill development, cognitive skill development, emotional, socio-emotional development, and their creativity skills. Now I would like to ask the audience, yeah, if you're online, and maybe I can see the chat box. I'm going to reveal a few words. Please observe and notice the pictures and see which word belongs to which picture, which word matches with the picture, and you can put it in the chat box. So maybe you can just take 30 seconds of time. So here, if we see the bedtime stories, so I think you would have already identified the picture 4. So it is also very very important to spend with the child with bedtime stories. It not only improves their language skills, it also builds the bond and relationship with the parent and the people in the house, in the family. And outing, it's also very important. Of course, unfortunately, during these challenging times where we are not able to go out, physical activities are very very important. And tantrums, why children throw tantrums? There are various reasons. Maybe the child did not sleep well, or the child did not eat well. So we need to know the reason behind it and address that. Instead of reacting with the child, responding to the child will give a positive effect with the child. And for example, we experience shopping also. Shopping teaches self control to the child. So whenever we go for shopping, we can teach the children how to control themselves and not to pick everything what they want. And sometimes we also see kids get frustrated. This is called emotions, and how to manage these emotions with the children also is very, very important. And happy smiles, you can see the picture number 2 showing the happy smiles, creating a positive environment for the children. Whenever we speak to the teachers or when we attend any school meeting, if we are always speaking to anybody else, if we are positive, the children are observing us. So we are being an example, we role model. So we should always be very, very conscious, and that too especially in front of the children, because they pick up easily and they might mimic us or imitate us. So this is very, very important. And as I was talking about the domains of development, physical development, the gross motor development and the fine motor development. Gross motor is when the children use the large muscles and develop physically, and the fine motor skills where they use the fingers, and in the later years they will be able to do writing exercise, writing letters, alphabet, like that. And socio emotional development is very much necessary, socializing with friends and managing their emotions. And intellectual development, the cognitive abilities of the child also should be addressed, and the creativity and aesthetic skills, like we can give them open questions, just sitting in the balcony looking at the clouds, and what do they see, what do they imagine, the shapes of the clouds or something like that. Now I would like to just have one more a short question with you all. When you see these fingerprints, what do you think? Maybe you can put it in the chat box. Yeah, this actually means that each and everyone is different. We know that each and everybody's fingerprint is different. Similarly, each and every child is different. Their pace of learning is different, and their growth and development is different. So, when we see, there are certain developmental milestones that children achieve at a certain age. So, what are developmental milestones? Developmental milestones are the abilities that the children can perform by a certain age. So, for example, if we see 2 to 3 years of age child, he or she will be able to hold a thick crayon with thumb and the fingers, the pincer grip we say, and they also can enjoy looking at the picture books. There are so many milestones like that. When we see a child of maybe 3 to 4 years old, they will be able to work on puzzles and they become more independent. And as the children grow up by 6 years of age, they'll be able to control. They have the control, and they have longer attention span. So if we see, till this is a sample of developmental milestones, like 3 to 4 years age, if we consider, we can see on the screen. So there are at an average maybe 50 milestones at this age level. Now, if we see till the age 6 years, there are 280 developmental milestones that a child needs to develop or achieve. So we should not completely focus on that when the child is able to write or not, read or not. That is not the priority. In the beginning, first we need to focus on these areas of development, whether my child is developing as per the milestones, age appropriate developmental milestones, and we need to help the child in growing in that pattern. So when we see the principles of ECCE curriculum, to develop and help the child to reach these milestones, we need to follow these principles. And especially play based learning is very, very important at this level. And art, art and craft, and cutting with child friendly scissors, and engaging them various activities where they develop these skills is very important. And at this age level, recognition of the special features of child's thinking, so cognitive abilities, and giving them priority to experience the learning but not becoming the expertise in that concept or what. We should not expect a child to become an expertise, but we need to give them the experience. And this ECCE program is a mix of formal and informal interaction. So when they come to school, they have for example play, and they have the free play time also. And when we observe, there is a structured play with rules and regulations, so whether they are able to follow the directions. And at each level, age level 2 to 3 kids, they'll be able to follow at certain age, they'll be able to follow two instructions. As they grow up, they will be able to understand two or more directions to be followed. So the more we interact with the child, the more they comprehend, the more they develop their skills. And also the ECCE curriculum will be a blend of both literacy and numeracy skills, pre-math abilities, pre reading skills, and writing readiness is important through tracing activities and play-doh activities. So first focus on the fine motor skills, and slowly this takes them to the developing the literacy skills. And using of local material also is very very important. Age appropriateness, and the most important thing also, last but not the least, health, well-being and healthy habits also are very very important to be focused. So to give all this, so we should also focus on creating a very nice learning environment for them. So of course we understand during these challenging times, during this pandemic, the kids are not able to go to school. But at the same time, when a parent is looking for a preschool, so this is what we can look at it. So how is the structure of the classroom, how is the seating arrangement? So we do have the reading corner, building blocks corner, story corner, activity corner, language building, skill development space, and art and craft space. So there are certain things like all these are things to be looked into when we look into that creating the learning environment. So during this pandemic time, we can also help our children, not maybe exactly as the school creates the classroom. And at home, we can divide the limited space that we have, like making something colorful to the children and attractive, keeping certain picture books in one side and activity material one side, and just to scribble a small board for them to scribble, just to avoid them to scribble on walls. So if we can give some space for them to scribble to their height level, it will be very nice. And as it was mentioned, play is very very important. Play is the best thing which they do. Play is a mode of learning, and at this age level, children learn through senses and learn from around their surrounding, I mean immediate environment, how they feel when they touch, when they see, when they smell. So through smell, so through play and through these sensorial activities, the children develop their skills, and they build their confidence, and they feel very happy, and they develop the social skills when they move around with their peers, and when they connect with others. And for example, when they call to their give a call to the grandparents, talking to them for a while. So we need to encourage children along with play and all the other things. When we see these curriculum approaches, as I was saying, play based learning, and similarly, the preschool educators mostly focus on the theme based learning and play based learning activity-based learning, inquiry-based learning. These are the main curriculum approaches that needs to be followed at early childhood care and education level, ECCE level. So the 3 years of ECCE learning is very, very crucial, and this is very, very important. A teacher spends hours and hours of time in planning these theme based activities. And for example, if we see colors and shapes, it is not a theme, but it comes under pre-math abilities, the cognitive abilities. So for example, if we I would like to show one theme sample, just parents and educators also to get an idea. So the teacher plans like this. For example, the theme transport is there. The most focus, the what are the learning outcomes of that particular concept? What will the child learn? How do they develop their skills through this theme transport, for example? So under transport, we can see the physical activities, socio-emotional activities, language skill development, creativity, and cognitive ability activities. So the teacher plans a day plan because at this age level, the attention span of the kids will be very less. It will be not maximum 30 minutes, but not more than at all. So minimum 10 to 15 minutes. So for every 10 minutes, 15 minutes, the teacher plans to change the activities. So when we see what vocabulary the child learns and the theme board for that particular topic, these are all the activities and experiences that as a preschool educator, she plans. The language literacy, stories, dramatic plays, cognitive development, music and movement, poems, rhymes. We say the finger plays, and how to spend with the child circle time, and how is it very important to spend with the child to help them developing their listening and speaking skills and reading readiness. As I said, it is not completely reading. We are only preparing the child to read. So recognizing, identifying the alphabet and different activities, reading readiness and writing readiness, developing fine motor development through lacing, sieving, all those joining the dots activities, worksheets like that. When we see the language, few more language development activities, the storytelling time, and we take the children out and show different places, that is called experiential learning. And socio-emotional development skills activities, art activities, cognitive activities. So there is a just for using only one theme, the teacher plans in a very big way to help the child to develop all these skills. And also the teacher has a checklist also, has the child developed these skills or not. And finally the teacher also reflects on how the theme has gone and what worked well, what can be improved, like that. So after this, we can see, as it was mentioned, how do we assess the children at this age level? Report card is not at all, it should not be followed. And even if we see, as per the national education policy, report card is replaced with progress card. So progress card has, especially at this age level, we do not follow the grading system, that it is A grade, B grade, A1, A2. That is not correct actually. So we do need to follow the growth and development chart under each developmental milestones, under each age level, age appropriate, whether the child has developed and achieved certain milestones. Like I have shown the developmental milestones in the previous slide. The teacher communicates and discusses during the PTM, and both in collaboration, they understand the child, whether the child has completely developed that particular skill or partially developed that particular skill or yet to develop that particular skill. So there is a format also for growth and development chart. at this age level. So connecting with parents and teachers gives a very good learning experience for the children for their all-round development. Now, coming to the main important part of the session, I would like to share parents play a very, very important role in the development of their child's personality. They are the first teachers, and the primary responsibility for a child's development is on. As parents, we are responsible, and the reinforcement at home is very, very important. And family engagement is, in child's education, these are the benefits. It restores the parents' confidence, it improves the child's behavior, and they build up better social skills, and the student achievement also will be high. There are few ideas which I would like to share with the parents present here, and maybe it would help the educators also how to engage the children at home with the material which is available. Like if we see the large muscle activities, gross motor, physical activities. This slide is showing the examples for physical activities. Like large muscle activities include throwing, catching, kicking, like that. And the balance activities like hopping on one foot, and draw a circle, or the tape walk, and just walking on the exactly on that tape stuck on the floor. And movement and fitness, music and dance is very, very important. Exercising with children at home. And 1 2 3 walk, just clap twice, the child has to put 2 steps forward. So this also improves their listening skills and physical activity, gross motor skills, and comprehension skills. With one small activity, there are so many skills developed in the children. And fine motor skills, threading, lacing, knot tying, using play doh, folding, slicing, and make when mama is making a sandwich in the kitchen, the child can help in cutting the bread slices, like that. So this is called practical life activities. This is one more method. These are a few other activities, like opening and closing doors, watering the plants, making a sandwich, helping at home, self concept, self help, brushing, like that. And socio emotional skills, making an apology, and when guest comes home, offering a seat and serving them a glass of water, something like that. Those are practical life. And when we come to other few things like sensorial activities, where they learn through senses, smelling different vegetables or fruits, they identify. We can blindfold the child and ask them to smell a lemon and identify what is it. So cognitive development activities, puzzle, sorting, memory game. There are so many apps also. The digital literacy also is taken care now. Children are very smart. And language development activities, bedtime stories, songs, talk, rhymes, like that. And activities to develop creativity, art activities, painting, drawing, like that. So finally, I would like to say, I think it's time. Um, I would like to um, suggest and recommend parents to spend regular time together, and we need to have a meaningful conversation with the little ones, engage them in physical activities, and of course, now we are in the house only, and focus on nutritious food, diet and nutrition. They should have a good sleep, and of course, taking care of the technology and how much time they are spending, and like that. And care, learn, give a lot of care, learning process, be a part of their learning process, play with them, talk to them. I have one parent reflection sheet. Maybe I would request Miss Samapika to put it on the chat box. If any parent is interested, maybe you can please reflect on this. You can use this sheet. There are few questions. So where am I standing as a parent? So where I need to, maybe we can reflect on our own parenting skills. These are a few questions. Warmth and affection from parents has a lifelong impact on children. Do we agree or not? On a scale, on a 5-point scale, you can use this. And my child's behavior is managed effectively at home. Do I agree or not? So these questions also help parents to reflect and what changes can we bring in. So that would help in the growth and development of the child. So thank you so much. It's all from my side. Thank you for inviting me as the guest speaker. I would again thanks the Hello Kids management. Yeah, could you please share this parents reflection sheet? Yeah, yes, we'll be sharing. I have given the link to Miss Samapika and the activity sheets. Okay, we will share few activities. Thank you so much. Yeah. Any questions? This is the ACCE curriculum. The program is very vast actually. Within half an hour, it's really very short. So you can browse it through internet also. There are so many reference articles and readings available. You can go through the developmental milestones. The most important thing about the growth and development and the areas of development and the developmental milestones and the parent reflections and the activities. So mainly the theme based activities, activity based learning, theme based learning, and play based learning. These are the most important things which we need to focus upon. Okay, thank you everyone. Thanks for joining. Have a wonderful weekend. Thank you so much.